This is my most requested song. It's not really a song, it's a chant, but it's a true story, and it came from my grandmother, and this is the story. So every Sunday after church, my mom, that's when I was little, my mom and my dad, my uncles, my aunties, my cousins, our dogs, my brother and sister, we would all go to my grandma's house. And every Sunday she would make the most delicious mashed potatoes. Maybe not every Sunday, but it was my favorite thing to eat whenever she did make them. This was her apron. And when my grandma was a grandma, they didn't have really contact lenses or LASIK surgery. But I'm a grandma now, so I can wear these really cool hip grandma glasses, okay? And this was her spoon. And this is her favorite recipe. But there's one more part to the story. She taught me this word that I've never forgotten. And it's so easy. I'm going to teach it to you right now. And you can figure out what it means at the end of the song, okay? Try it. Well, let's make it a little bit smaller. Say it after me. Kick-to-billicky, Olligaloxta, Hunk-Ta-Bunk-Ta yoo-hoo. You got it? Okay, so here's your recipe. Follow me. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. Try it. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. You got it? Okay, here's the recipe. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. First she took a pot that was this big and she took it to the sink like this. She went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, took off the lid, clang, turned on the water, psh, and fill that pot to the very top. Put on the lid, clang. Then she took that pot over to the stove. It was kind of heavy, don't you know? She went 1, 2, 3, set it on the stove, turned it on, and waited for the water to boil. It went bum 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 bum. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. And while it was boiling, she got out a sack. A big old sack put a creak in her back. She went 1, 2, 3, this heavy old sack. 1, 2, 3, put a creak in my back. Oh, gee. She opened the sack whoosh, and counted potatoes out into the sink. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, more. Then she took off the lid, clang, and plopped them into the boiling water, but not before scrubbing them. Get out your scrubber. She went scrub, 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 scrub. Then she pricked him with a fork. Be careful. She went prick potato, prick potato, prick, prick, prick. Prick potato, prick potato, prick, prick, prick. Then she plopped him into the boiling water. 1 plop, 2 plop, 3 plop, 4, 5 plop, 6 plop, 7 plop more. Put on the lid, clang, and waited for the potatoes to boil. How'd they go? Bum 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 bum. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. And while they were boiling, she did a little dance because potatoes take a really long time. She went I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna nod off. Oh! Pretty soon those potatoes were done, so she turned off the stove. Then she took that pot off of the stove, careful not to burn her arms. She went 1, 2, 3, don't burn me. Took off the lid, clang, poured off the water, psh, and the steam went all over her glasses. It went But Grandma didn't mind. She just wiped them off. Help me. Then she got out her masher. Get your mashers out. And she went, mashed potato, mashed potato, mash, 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 mashed potato, mash, mash, mash. She poured in some milk. Psh, a whole lot of butter. 1 pat, 2 pat, 3 pat, 4, 5 pat, 6 pat, 7 pat, more. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And just a pinch of nutmeg. Bing! Then she got her wooden spoon out. She stirred them up. She went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A lick for you and everybody and your family too. And she went, This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. But pretty soon those potatoes were done. So she opened up the screen porch door. She came across the creaky wooden floor. Creak, creak, creak. And she had a glob of those potatoes on the end of her spoon. She held it up to the sky, twirled it around, and the potatoes did fly. They flew right into your nose, and right into your hair bow, and right into your dog's fur, and your cat's paw, and your mom's belly button. Bleh. And here's how she called us in for dinner. She went, Kip-ta-gunky, all-ta-locks, Hunk-Ta-Bunk-Ta And this is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. This is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. That is the way my grandma made mashed potatoes, mashed potatoes. No microwaves or electric mixers involved. Say goodbye to Grandma.